Brittany and Joey, really awesome vlog, yeah. So, welcome to our very first ever vlog. We've been talking about doing a vlog for actually a really long time.
We really have.
Like, before I moved to New York, we were talking about getting together so everyone else could be made better with our really awesome thoughts.
Today's topic is general goings on and such. Just because this is the first time you're really getting to know us.
Yeah,
people.
you kind of, we're just leading you into it. There'll be certain amounts of craziness that will ensue in the following weeks.
Yeah. And the craziness that already exists.
Yeah, so it's just going to really be like a lot of catch-up for you for now. But, I mean, you'll get into it. So, Miss Brittany, what are your goings-on and happenings and
really,
whatnot?
all my goings-on revolve around my 2-year tenure at the Walmart.
Oh.
Birthplace of Sadness.
Yes, moment of silence for Brittany. All right.
That's all you need. Yeah, it's pretty much the worst place ever. It is why I don't believe in God. And it's just so bad. There's like children screaming because their moms wear pants they should not wear. With like Tweety Bird and Hottie Bird on the ass. And it's like, what are you doing, Mullet? This lady, you have a mullet, and your ass is not for Hottie. And it's just sad.
Oh my.
And, you know that, and then all the creepy guys that are either like homeless with poofy jackets, or you know they make sound effects when they're like,
Dark
I have the keys, whoosh, and just like, you know, and that's my life. Oh, and the potato body guy that I like, because he has a cute face, but he started wearing a visor, just like a fanny pack for your head, just for future notice.
And fanny pack, speaking of, I was sitting waiting for Tasha at Lake Fair, and this lady comes up to me and she asks to see my phone, and I let her, and then she's sitting there talking to me, and she's like, oh, check out my really sweet fanny pack. I got it in Detroit. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And she's like, hey, do you know what's set in Detroit? And I'm like, Rock City? And then she was like, you know that Beatles song, She Came In Through the Bathroom Window? And I was like, I surely do. And so she literally starts singing me the song, like really, not even quiet, loudly. She's like, she came in through the bathroom window. And I'm like, okay, awesome. And then she's like, you know what's another really cool Beatles song? She starts singing the same song, she just started in a different place. And that is really the sum of my life. I go to school, but not many interesting things happen. Oh, although today I was just sitting there with my friends Nikki and Lindsay, and this guy who I think that he might like me because I see him around campus a lot, and he always like is staring at me.
Is it the guy that petted your head?
No. Oh, that was awful. This guy, I was talking to another friend that was named Nikki, and he comes up and starts talking to us about like his Game Boy and how he dropped it in the toilet and how he was still playing it.
Dumped it in the toilet.
And he was like, he just started talking to us. He was a friend of Nikki's, so I guess it wasn't that awkward. And then he like, kept saying things like, you're really pretty. And I was like, thanks. And then he's like, your hair is really amazing. And then he literally just started going like this. And then like there was this action, and I freaked my shit out. Like creepy guys always do that to me. I was at a party the other time, and this guy, who I have now deemed Superfly Oscar because he's apparently really cool, was really out of it. And when we were trying to return his phone to him, he was like, I don't remember taking this picture. And he showed us his wallpaper, and I was like, that's not a picture. Your screen is cracked. And he's like, no, it's a flower. My phone is magic. So that kind of thing happens to me all the time. But this guy back in school just started coming up and talking to me, Nikki, and Lindsay. And for some reason, we started talking about S&M. And it was fairly amazing. And then he kept telling me how I wouldn't work out ever again. And it made me really sad. Until he was like, I always talk about working on my musical, but I'm never going to do that, so you're never going to work out. And I was like, fair enough. You can continue to work out, and I'll continue to work on a musical, and when I'm famous and you're just really strong, we'll call it good. And then maybe we'll hook up or something, I don't know.
It happens.
But that's some of my happenings.
Let's talk about like some of our favorite things. We could be like Oprah with like our favorite thing show. Like
Favorite
oh, I love comic books. Like that. I can't do Oprah, but something loud and crazy like.
John Travolta.
Yes, exactly.
Buffy and comic books obviously are two very big things with us.
I heard the comedies, the stand-up comedies.
As far as comic books are concerned, Brittany and I are working on a comic book called Nobodies, which is really just the story of a bunch of misfits and whatnot, because we're
two characters that are pretty much us.
Yeah, and they're really like when we're talking about it, like a creative instead of being like like when I do this and when I fly I throw the fireballs and Brittany's like and
when I control people with my voice.
And then my boyfriend dies kind of situation.
And when our talking cat talks about,
his kitty junk.
Yeah, kitty junk. Yeah, stuff like that.
We have a really weird sense of humor, but I think that it really makes the book quite amazing.
It is. It's different than anything that's out there while still following like the traditional.
It's kind of like a superhero satire. Like the superhero mythos is taken really seriously, but the way that it's handled and the way we look at it,
like the outsider perspective, like wow, these people are ridiculous. They're running around in tights.
Saving people, and if you don't do it their way, then you're just as bad as criminals, which is not the case. It's one of the things we've been trying to make a point with, because we're all about gray area. Black and white, not so much. Gray is way bad.
It's your color.
It is the color of our murky souls.
And the sky, because we live in Northwest Washington.
Not so
and I think that influences our humor a lot, because, like, what are we known for? Like grunge and sadness and killing yourself. Just stuff like that. That's all, like, people, when they think of style, they're like, oh, coffee and Kurt Cobain and,
bad modern art.
Yeah, oh my gosh, all the blown glass can, like, blow me. It's terrible. You go to Seattle and they're like, art gallery, and it's like, no, that's somebody blew in a tube full of glass junk. It's not easy.
I do a similar thing to pay my bills. Let's face it. Did you know, though, like, I always make hooker jokes. Sometimes people take me seriously. Like
about being a hooker?
Yeah, people I
don't know.
Like
that one that Denny came up with Brittany Cropper.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot all about Brittany Cropper.
Oh.
That was when we hung out with Sadie and Sheldon.
Yeah.
And, well, we're not gonna... Sadie's amazing.
Sadie is awesome.
End of that story.
Yeah.
Their house was kind of horrifying. Anyway, so, we really hope to, have much fun in the next couple of weeks.
Different topics.
Yeah.
They'll be more interesting, because this is just, like, getting to know us. And while this was interesting, it'll be, like, a bajillion times more interesting.
It'll basically be, like, keeping up to date on projects we're working on, crazy things that happen to us, because in the course of a week, crazy things happen to us. When we'll talk about pop culture, if something strikes our fancy, particularly like Mamma Mia, we went and saw it tonight.
Gayest movie ever.
In the best way possible. Like, there was, like,
so
Meryl Streep in, like, this long, flowing gown at the head of a boat. And, like, it was just wonderful.
Totally.
Glitter.
And Colin Firth
as a bow, which I'm totally digging.
And, oh my gosh, does Pierce Brosnan sing like Randy Newman or what?
A little bit.
A little bit. I was like, short people, James Bond. It was a little crazy, but yes. So we will get back to you soon.
Yeah, hopefully you'll stick with us, and we hope to keep you entertained. So thanks for tuning in. Bye.